This is Gardening Zero. Car! Sorry, just getting myself ready for the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Last time, 2 decided to put up 2 teams for elimination in order to speed up the competition. Team 8 and the Eds receive a 0 out of 10 for their attractions. The Eds could guarantee their safety if Yellow Form perform on stage, but since Clock forced Winner to be in the spotlight again without their consent, there's no one to perform on stage, so their team automatically loses. And when Team 8 was just about to present their restaurant, Eraser erased their restaurant with a death ray. So whichever team member from each team got the fewest votes will be eliminated from TPOT. Although the Eds was the first team to receive a 0 out of 10, they at least built a stage, so 2 decided to let Team 8 be up for elimination first, and then the S later. Throughout most of the season, Pin seemed to act like the moral compass of the team since she does question her team's strategy, which she does deem as cheating because of the blogs and the restaurant idea. But because of her concerns, she did receive the most votes from the viewers. As for Coiny, while his strategy seems questionable and sometimes be considered as cheating like in episodes 2 and 3, however, he is one of Pin's best friends, so he's safe for another episode. As for the rest of the contestants, how can I put this? Despite their popularities, these 5 got in a crazy vote battle that almost ended in a 5-way tie for last place. Barf Bag. Although no one would ever eat her if the restaurant was still intact, but she did work really hard as being part of the attraction, so she is safe. Gady is safe as well for having a good social game for both Pin and especially 2 in the second episode. And of course Needle is safe because she worked the hardest out of everyone on the team with the restaurant episode. So now it's down to Donut and Saw. As previously stated, it was a close battle, and these 2 in particular were very close to each other, but in the end, one of them got eliminated because they received a few votes less than the other. And it's not Donut because he's safe for another episode. Saw is automatically eliminated. First off, I just want to point out that I love the new Cake and Steak song. It's possibly the best Cake and Steak song I ever heard since the Points Were Gone song. The animation is colorful and the lyrics are pretty upbeat. Now when it comes to Saw's elimination, I kinda had a feeling that it might have been her. And it was a close call on who did I think was going to be eliminated, her or Gady, because Team 8 is full of popular object characters. While Saw has been helpful in all 3 episodes, she's been passed on as a tool for the team, which I get because Saw is a Saw, but we don't actually see her own gameplay value. Also, her 8 jokes are pretty annoying, so that could be the reason why she ended up being eliminated. And only now she got those fumes out of her system after she gets the number right. But I am sad that she had to go already. And now we come to the Yes, where one of them will be eliminated and Joy Saw at the elimination area along with Pie and Foldy. Yellowface is safe because he worked really hard on that rehearsal and he deserved better, and so did Winner after what Clock did to them. Rocky, although I don't remember much what Rocky did in episode 3, he is still a likable character from the other 2 episodes, so he's the 3rd one safe. So now it's down to Bottle, Cloudy, Clock, and Ice Cube. Clock does seem like an easy target of what he did last episode. The viewers won't forget that. Hopefully he learned his lesson, because he's safe, and since Bottle told him not to push anyone, Bottle is safe as well. Now Cloudy and Ice Cube are the only ones left, but sadly, unlike Donut and Saw, it really wasn't a close battle, and the result is Cloudy did not collect enough votes to stay in the game. So out of all the members of the S team, Cloudy is ironically one of the contestants I did not want to see go already. I actually thought he was doing a pretty good job. I actually thought Yellowface's majestic voice would give him enough votes to stay in the game. I actually thought Clock was going to be eliminated after that stunt he did last episode. But I guess there's a reason why Clock got enough votes than Cloudy and Ice Cube. The viewers want to see an arc if he can reconcile with Winner. But if we look into the Cloudy gameplay aspect, I think the reason why Cloudy didn't have enough votes is because he really hasn't done much for the S team, even as a flying contestant. In episode 1, he didn't carry anyone to the top of the building. I barely remember what he did in episode 2, and I only remember him in episode 3 when Yellowface promotes him. But he may have lose some points in episode 2 when he still remotes Battery. Sure, Ice Cube didn't do much in all 3 episodes, but she is a BFDI original, so she did receive some plot armor from the viewers. So it is what it is. I am gonna miss Cloudy, and I'm sure a lot of people will. But there is a lesson to be learned for everybody. Catch your votes as soon as possible before it's too late, and choose wisely. So after the double kick is safe, the fourth contest is to protect this endangered flower called the funny plant from danger. If their plant dies, they're automatically up for elimination. However, each of the funny plants are located at one of the 7 biomes of the BFDI universe. Death Pack again will prevent their plant's death at the jungle. The strongest team on Earth will go to the snowy tundra. Teammates will blue skidoo their way to Yoyland. The Edge will travel in outer space. Are You OK will protect their plant in Davidland. Just Not will find their plant in the desert. And Teardrop will get a ticket to the real world. I actually really like this challenge because not only do we get new locations like the snowy tundra and the jungle, but we also get to revisit some BFDIA locations like Yoyland, Davidland, and the desert. When the contestants do revisit these places, they do expand the environment, like the Davids in Davidland are meant to be giants, and the Dave that we all see and compete was just a small variant of the species. That's actually interesting. Plus, we also get more animations on the Davids themselves, like the eyes and the ear. And when they go back to the desert, it turns out that yellow-faced body from BFDIA 5 is still there and is now a cursed skull. But I did have a good time when Teardrop actually visited the real world and she had a Teardrop family reunion. And at least on the S team, Clock doesn't go crazy over Winter like he did in the other 3 episodes, so maybe he did learn his lesson after all. With each funny plant they protected in each of the biomes, they do present some interesting methods on how to make it grow and stay healthy. Like Bell using sound waves, Deadpack again building a tower, Nearly getting water from a cactus, and Bug being a motivational speaker to the flower. There's even a clever shake-off of Puffball after the roller coaster incident when Are You OK decided to leave her back in the grasslands. So she tries to become a true value of the team by sabotaging the other team's plans, and the way she thought up with these ideas is plain ingenious. The only issue I would have with the episode is that some of the biomes don't have enough screen time. I mean, I like all 7 of them, it's just that some of them don't have an equal amount of screen time, and the ones that we do focus on, you do get the idea on which team is going to lose in the next episode. And there was also this complicated issue with Deadpack again when Lightning accidentally touched a flower and it gets electrocuted and it loses some of its health, and Deadpack again decided to leave Lightning behind back in the grassland, even though he apologized and he wants to be more careful next time. If I was on Deadpack again, I would totally forgive Lightning. It was an accident and I know he didn't mean to. It's just that I want to resolve this issue by kicking him out. They could have just asked Lightning to move a few feet away from the plant in the jungle and possibly protect the plane from any dangerous creatures. Also, I didn't get why the Edge decided to leave Ice Cube behind back in the grassland. She has been to outer space before, twice! I'm sure there was a scientific reason why Ice Cube was left behind, but when they go to outer space, they're all protected inside these space stones, especially from the Quasar. So if the S and the plane are protected inside those space stones, so would Ice Cube if she entered outer space. But everything else like Puffball, the biomes, and the protection methods are pretty solid, so I had a fun time with episode 4, possibly even better than episode 3. And now that TPOT is occurring more frequently than annually, things should go smoothly from here on in. Will Are You OK ever trust Puffball again? How many death circumstances will jeopardize Deadpack again's gameplay? And will Teardrop really make it to the end all by herself? You're not gonna miss this on the next episode of Battle for Dream Island, The Power of Color! Yeah, I better get used to that. They're gonna be here for a while.